One of my strongest skill sets is folding and organizing, and all the credit goes to my mom. Growing up, I watched her play Tetris with life's things, and she was quite good at it. So when I became an adult, I naturally took after her in that regard. It didn't matter how much stuff I had, I always found a way to fold it, rearrange it, or pack it. And this remains true today. I fold the laundry and pack the suitcases in our household. But prior to the present day, my default behavior of folding neatly and organizing, while I enjoyed it, created a habit of clutter shifting. And I didn't realize it then, but today I'm fully aware of the problem clutter shifting creates. In fact, it's a huge hindrance to living with less. It's the number one mistake that makes decluttering take forever. However, many people, like myself, are unaware of this habit or fail to see it from different perspectives. So if you can relate and you feel like this is something you're doing, I want to show you how to break this hidden habit and recognize the act of clutter shifting for what it truly is. There are numerous reasons clutter shifting is a popular solution. It's emotionally easier than letting go. It's synonymous with organizing, and it creates faster yet extremely temporary results. Now, these are, excuse my directness, lazy attempts to simplify. And for every one time it works, you create a larger mess for later. How short-sighted. But I get it because I've done it. I once considered myself an up-and-coming professional Tetris player when it came to organizing life's things because I rearranged my first apartment and the clothes in my closet hundreds of times. And maybe you're following a similar pattern. Because in today's cluttered world with overcommitted schedules and overflowing homes, we take any solution we can quickly implement. However, quick doesn't always equate to what's best. And that's why I now follow a 3-step anti-shifting approach. This approach will help you break the hidden habit of clutter shifting so you can declutter and ultimately thrive within your clutter-free life. But first, let's quickly discuss the 2 types of clutter shifting. And I wouldn't be surprised if you haven't considered the second. Let's dive in. Okay, when defining clutter shifting, our expectation of what that looks like runs parallel with shifting clutter from room to room. Some may also say it's shifting boxes from corner to corner or closet to closet. And I agree. Clutter shifting is the habit of moving your physical clutter from one spot to another while being organized in your approach. However, this is only the first of 2 types of clutter shifting. The second happens internally. It's shifting the mental clutter you may be carrying by pushing it further down and away from the top of your mind. Tell me if this sounds like you. Maybe if I delay when I have to think about it, I won't have to deal with it. Ever said that before? If so, as a result, you move further and further away from clarity. Now, the type and how much clutter you have doesn't matter. Shifting the opportunity to deal with it to a different room or a later date and time is causing more damage than the Band-Aid can cover. So let's take a few steps back, gather ourselves, and try a different 3-step approach. The first step is to sort it out. Many people look at their clutter and immediately feel overwhelmed. They're busy and the thought of dealing with everything is a lot. So rather than taking small steps to make progress, they freeze, shift things around a bit, and organize it so it looks somewhat presentable. Does that sound like you? You see, by taking the first step to sort out your clutter, you effectively create a target you can manageably hit. And here's how. Let's talk about sorting out your physical clutter. Before moving anything anywhere else, divide the cluttered areas in your home into individual decluttering projects. Each project will be managed and completed independently of the next. Now, within each of these projects, divide the clutter further by defining what it is, what goes together, where it belongs, if you need it, and if you're truthfully using it. One of my go-to tips for making progress on this journey is to then consider the function you want your space to serve according to your lifestyle and your core values. Having this clarity will help you stay focused on the vision when you're in the thick of it and decluttering. All right, let's talk about sorting out mental clutter. Before shifting the mental clutter you may be carrying down and away from the top of your mind, consider the various sources feeding this mental clutter and categorize them accordingly. So is it stress from work, a toxic relationship, limiting beliefs, your physical clutter, etc.? Once you have an idea of the source, you can more accurately determine the best solution. Now, I found a ton of success with writing my way to mental clarity and focusing on the various sources in my life individually. But if writing isn't your thing, I strongly want to encourage you to find someone you trust that you can talk to, even if it's a professional. The second step is to reduce. Part of a good strategy to quit clutter shifting is to let go. In order to live with more clarity and have creative control over your life, you must declutter everything that is preventing you from doing so. Will it be easy? No. Worth it 1,000 times? Yes. And here's how to get started. Let's talk about reducing physical clutter. Now, my playbook for decluttering life and getting results is simple. Identify your core values, set up an effective decluttering system, reflect and learn from your experience, and then play defense to prevent the return of clutter. Now, I put together a completely free Clutter to Clarity quick guide that highlights the details of my playbook step by step, and I encourage you to read it if you haven't. Just go to ronaldlbanks.com/quick guide, and you can check it out there. All right, let's move on to reducing mental clutter. I briefly shared a few minutes ago that I've had a ton of success with writing my way to mental clarity. This is because I started early, mid-teens, I'd say, and I stayed consistent. Now, the beautiful thing about writing is that you can get started whenever. The barrier of entry is non-existent, and it can take the shape of many different styles. There's poetry, which is my personal experience, but there's also short stories, letters unsent, a stream of consciousness, morning pages, a bullet list, vision board journaling, dear diary writing, and so many others. Now, regardless of the style you choose to write in, consistent practice and expression are the most important parts. Now, if you need help getting started, I have a mental clutter free writing exercise that can serve as a great kickoff point for you. Just go to ronaldlbanks.com/mental clutter. You can check that out for free as well. Okay, the third step is to give it a home. Decluttering your life is one thing, but enjoying your clutter-free life fully is where the real benefits lie. All right, so let's talk about giving your physical clutter a home. After decluttering it, you should be left with the things you need, value, and enjoy using. And although the total number of possessions will be less than what it was, it's still critical that everything has a home and lives in its home when it's not in use. So this may require you to change your habits or to rethink how you're using the rooms in your home. Again, consider the function you want your space to serve based on your lifestyle and your core values. Additionally, this is the only time, and I repeat, the only time organizing is appropriate, after the clutter is gone. Well, what about giving your thoughts a home? The goal here is to not clutter your mind with unnecessary thinking. I've always found it best to leave space for organic thought to happen. So, where's the best place to store cluttered thinking? On paper. But if I had to guess, you already knew what I would say. Keep growing on your journey, my friend. Keep learning, and promise me two things. The first is that you will make a commitment to following this 3-step anti-shifting approach when decluttering. Sort it out, reduce, and give it a home. I want to see you win and make progress. But the second promise is that you will always stay true to you. Let me know in the comments if you accept. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.